All right, so I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys. It's very, very busy here, extremely busy. I got 4 transmissions going on the bench at the same time, and I just wanted to kind of show you what I got going on here today. So I'm doing the 4 on the bench I got going on is a 4R70W out of an '06 Lincoln here. But I'm going to give you a nice shot of this. I got this here ready to go together. Is a 6R80 out of a 15 Transit, and this car was slipping on the pull-away. I actually don't have any parts here because the client was here, and I was showing him what the problem was. You know, showed him the clutches, and what happened with this one was the forward clutch. You know, common for the forward clutch to flake off to give a lot of clearance in between, a lot of clearance in the clutch pack. So when the piston applies the clutch, it comes up a lot further than it should, and then the lip seal can pop out, and then when the piston returns, it cuts the lip seal, which is exactly what I explained to him, which is exactly what happened. So he was kind of like amazed at all this stuff. So he says, can I have the parts so I can go home and look at everything and show my friends, whatever? I said, sure, take them. I'm just chucking them. So I don't even have any parts here to show you. 6R80. Bad slip on the 3/4 shift. I'll give you a closer. These are the overdrive clutches, or what's left of them. So I'm working on that. And this guy travels. I mean, this guy does some serious traveling. You know, he goes camping every weekend wherever he goes, the Adirondacks or whatever. But on this one here, I did the complete overhaul. Also, the planetary on the Transits. On the 6R80s, the planetary strip out. When that happens, you'll have a no 4th, 5th, and 6th. But this one was maybe not even halfway worn out, but the fact is it was worn. And the fact is this guy travels very far from home every weekend with his family. And, you know, I would always change these planets anyway as kind of like a common rebuild procedure. But sometimes they're good and sometimes they're no good. You know, this one, not even halfway, maybe a quarter of the way worn out. But, you know, I elect to change these if there's the slightest bit of wear on it. So I got a brand new Planet, I got a brand new Ford valve body, and I'm putting this all together. And when I took this Planet out of the box that I got from Transtar, you know, even though you get these things new, take the sun gears out and look at them. Because they had this actually in backwards. You know, they had this down first and then this when the race goes in, and it goes like that, and then the gear goes on top. So I always take these things apart and check them before. I don't just take it out of the box and put it in. I pull the sun gears out, make sure the bearings are right, and I also like to grease everything. All right, so we got a 6R80 here. I'm going to give you a shot of this one. I got an 18 Dodge Durango 850 RE that wasn't shifting correctly. All right, I had found the E-drum was totally stripped out. Not to mention the converter was probably blown because the pan was full of metal, and we flushed out the cooler, which is part of the condenser, and the thing was freaking loaded with clutch material. And these clutches really weren't that bad, but the E-drum was stripped, and also, keep this out. The cylinder, the hub for the D-clutch was completely beat up. And on this side here, on this bench, which you will see, I have a 2012 Honda Pilot, and that has a converter chatter. But I didn't really care for the way that oil looked. It also possibly may have been water. This is not the transmission out of the car. I bought a core. I felt more comfortable buying a core. They're very cheap, and I'm overhauling this one, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to put it into the guys. We're going to swap it and install this one. So I'll kind of give you a shot of that. I got stuff all over the place, but I know where everything goes, and I got the valve body done and the drums done, and the cases are all cleaned, and gaskets are scraped. So it's just a matter of putting everything together, except for the 850 RE, where I am waiting for hard parts, so that's going to go into next week. So it's absolutely crazy here. I still got many, many more cars that have to come out. here long days, weekends. And let me just take the camera off the tripod and I'll kind of just give you a quick view of everything. Just wanted to let you guys know, you know, it's very busy here, doing okay. But who knows when it's going to slow down. But like I said, the work just is coming in and coming in. Everybody seems to be fixing their cars instead of wanting to purchase a used one or a new one. But I guess that's the way to go nowadays. So a lot of transmission problems out there, and it's very, very busy here. I'm even getting calls from other shops. Industry is very busy around here because some of the other shops are getting in the 8 and the 10 speeds. Their rebuilder is not, I guess, too familiar with them, so they're asking me if I would build a transmission for them. And I'm telling them, listen, you get 2-3 weeks with the car, I could probably do it, but I don't expect you to drop the transmission off and me get it done in 2 or 3 days. I said, no way. I said, you got to give me minimum of 2 weeks, and we'll go from there. So I might even have some of that stuff going on as well. So it's very, very busy here. And I got a stander on the other bench next to the Honda that I normally don't do standards because I can't even keep up with the work here. But it's the owner of a repair shop, and it's his personal car that he's kind of put together. And he says, you know, I really don't want anybody else to touch the transmission, but you, can you please look at this thing? So I did pop the top, and it's got broken gears. So he's evaluating whether he wants to get, you know, the parts to fix this thing or get a good used one. So I'm waiting to hear from him on that. So I actually got 5 of them going on. But let me take the camera off the tripod. I'll just kind of give you a once around, just to give you guys a quick view of what's going on here. All right, so here is the 850 RE, and here is the problem here. You can see the drum is stripped out. That's one of the problems, and the other one here is the hub. And you can see the D clutch beats the crap out of that. So here is that unit. Big cylinder there that I'm waiting for parts for. Okay, now here is the 6R80. There is the valve body, the old valve body. There is the 850 RE valve body. I'm getting a brand new one of those with the TCM from the dealer. The valve body from Ford I'm getting, and that comes with the lead frame. All right, here are the clutches. You can see there's really nothing left of them, and I had a really bad flare on the 3.4. Okay, so give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. All right, I just had to put an order in before my cutoff time for my night box. So here's the 6R80 parts. There is the cooler bypass from Transgo that I put in that eliminates this piece here. All right, here is the his pump for the 8-speed. There's the pump for the 8-speed. Some small parts. Here are some bearings and the diode for the 6R80. All right, again, to make sure these things are correct before, if you buy a new one, before you put it in. All right, here's the 470W. I'm finishing this up. This is going to go in tomorrow morning. First thing, I got a guy that comes in very early. All right, there's a long tail. It's a Lincoln. All right, now here are the cases. That is the 6R80 case. That is the 850 RE. Here is the main case for the Honda. All right, now here's what looks like it might be a bit of a mess, but here is my Honda unit. I got the valve body with the bolts bag, so I know which bolts go where, so everything is just not thrown all over. All right, got the counter shaft. There's a bunch of small parts, linkage. All right, there is that standard shift that I opened, and I'm waiting to hear from him. So, that's it. Very, very busy here. And many more to do. So, that is all for now. Just wanted to do this quick video to show you guys. Extremely busy here. Got 4 transmissions going on the bench. And that is all for now. I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. And we'll see you next one. Take care.